Good morning. Welcome to another session of yoga with Dr. Beth. Today I am in my backyard, no more traveling for now. Uh, and it is hot in Phoenix right now since it's summertime. It's bright and early in the morning. I'm hoping to get this workout in before it hits 100. So let's do a little workout. Take your time, enjoy yourself. You might notice that my mat has gained a mat towel. So if you are not used to working out in the heat and you're outside enjoying the weather and you notice that your mat gets really, really hot, or if you're practicing hot yoga, a mat towel will help with that. Keep the hands and feet cool so you can actually enjoy your practice. Have a wonderful practice, and I'll meet you on the mat. Also, please note that I do have animals at my house, several dogs, which are inside, but you may hear them cry or whine to come out, and a couple of tortoises that live in this space. One has been locked on the other side of this gate, but one has not come out of his den yet, so hopefully he will not disturb us. But if he does, that's all about the life, huh? We don't know what's going to happen in life. We don't know what's going to happen in nature. Life, everything's unpredictable, and sometimes we just have to work with whatever is coming at us. Let's go ahead and make our way to child's pose. Starting with those big toes touching, knees open nice and wide. Unless that bothers you, then bring those knees in. You really do want to take the time to find a comfortable child's pose. And you also want to think about those hips. I really do like to start by sitting my hips back on my heels the best that I can, and then walking the hands out. And sometimes in class, people's hips are really, really high, and this is really not a comfortable position. You want to try to get your hips back towards your heels, or make whatever adjustments you need to become as comfortable as possible. The toes are touching, knees are wide, and we'll walk the hands. Placing the forehead on the mat or on a block if you have that available to you. Another option here is to stack your hands or your fists. You really want to find a spot that allows everything to begin to relax. The shoulder blades melt down the back, and the eyes close. As we press the hips back, we let the chest fall a little closer to that mat. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe in and out. Slow, deep, rich, full breath. Really taking the time to really focus on breathing in and out through the nose. Consciously follow your air. As you inhale, breathe into the nose, follow the air, back the nose, down the throat. As you exhale, notice the air is up the back of the throat. Breath helps us to start to quiet our mind, helps us to start to focus on ourselves and bring our attention into this moment. That's what yoga is supposed to be, a union between the body, the mind, the spirit. Take this time to focus our attention so we are better able to manage our bodies. The other form of breath we'll do is that collective cleansing breath. Practice a few now. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Again, deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more time. Deep breath in. Make this your deepest, richest breath yet. Hold it here. Open the mouth. Let it go. Gently press your lips back together and return to breathing in and out. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop position. The hands are directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tops of the feet are grounded, belly in tight, crown of the head forward. Taking a little cow and cat. On an inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. As you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in and press the floor away from head. Again, inhale, belly drops, heart lift, gaze up. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in and press the floor away from head. Again, inhale as you move the cow. Exhale as you move the cat. One more time, inhale cow. Exhale the cat. Inhale to that flat back. Extend your right arm forward. Rotate the wrist. And then take the right hand, swing it out to the right and thread it between the left wrist and knee. Coming down onto the shoulder and the temple as you extend the left arm out. The hips are high, they're stacked over the knees right now. Breathe. Slowly return to tabletop. That knocking you here is the dog's crown of the head forward. Inhale, the left arm extends. We'll rotate that wrist too. And sweep that arm out to the left and thread it through the right wrist and down onto that left ear. And pulls that right arm. Belly tight, extend the right leg long. Keep your hips square, rotate that ankle. Point and flex. Wiggle the toes. Bring that right knee in and extend the left leg out, trying to keep the hips square. Take the ankle. Point and flex. Wiggle the toes. Taking that right foot and turning it to the right, so it's slightly to the right behind you. Extend the left leg out. The right hand is on the mat. Stack the shoulders and hips and simply extend over the body. Palm is down, gaze is up. Feel the lengthening on the left side. And slowly return back to tabletop. And the left foot swings out to the left. The right leg extends. Left arm threaded, right arm lifted. Extend that right leg out behind you. Get your balance here. Round the right hand, reach the left arm forward. Bicep is by the ear, belly is tight. Inhale, lift, And as you exhale, the left arm sweeps out to the left and the right knee. Trying to get the foot or ankle. Bring that left shoulder back, level those hips, and start to kick into the hand. Maybe try to flex the foot a little bit. You lift the heart a little higher. And then slowly release, re-extend. And return back to tabletop. Inhale, left leg back. That grounding, left hand presses, right arm extends forward. Lengthening. The right arm sweeps out to the right, the left knee bends. Trying to get the foot or ankle again. So the right shoulder rolls back, level your hips, the sternum, kick into the hand, maybe flex the foot. Take a breath. Open up again. And return to tabletop. Do your little wrist stretch here. Take your right fingertips, turn them clockwise, bringing the fingertips towards the knees, and the left fingertips counterclockwise. Now you're trying to get the palms flat, shoulders over the wrists, breathing into this, respecting our bodies. Return back to tabletop. And take the right hand and turn it palm up, fingertips towards the knees. So the top of the hand is pressing down. Relax your fingers. Shoulder over the wrist again. Elbows straight but not locked. And switch. Right palm goes down, left palm up, fingertips towards the knee. Relax the fingers, shoulders over the wrist. Gently sit back on the heels. Take those wrists out. We wiggle the fingers. And back to tabletop position. Try to get those shoulders directly over the wrist, or the wrist directly under the shoulders, whichever makes more sense. Your palms flat, fingers spread, with the index finger trying to point forward a little. Tips of the fingers are down, the whole palm is pressing equal weight. Tuck the chin to the chest, curl your toes, lift your hips. We're finding our first down dog in this practice, so press that right heel down, bend into that left knee. Feel the stretch here for a moment. Then bend the right knee, press the left heel down, feel that stretch. Now pedal it out. Right heel down, left knee bends. Nice and easy, not too fast here. Maybe shift the hips a little like you're wagging your tail. Come up high on the ball of both feet. Now press the heels down. Lengthen to the back of the leg. No death gripping the mat with the toes. Shoulder blades down the back. Belly tight. Head hangs low as the chest presses towards the shin. The elbows stay in, so really engage those triceps. Inhale, lift the heels again. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift the heels. Take both heels to the right. Drop them down. Now again, you want to lift your hips as you drop your chest. Relax the head. Back up onto the toes. Drop both heels to the left. Lift the hips. Drop the chest. Back up high onto the toes. Bend your knees. Try to get your belly to rest on your thighs. Shins parallel to the floor one day. Shoulders down the back. Maybe gaze at your hands. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, drop the heels down low. And at the hands, step forward. Keep your feet at least hips width distance apart. Bend into the knees so the belly is resting on your thighs, and let your hands hang there. Take a moment, kind of wiggle those shoulders out, maybe shift the hips, tuck the chin in. Then maybe we grab opposite elbows and we sway side to side. Some people like to let their hands drag. I want you to do what feels good to you here. Waking up through the low back. If you are feeling this more in the back of your legs, try bending your knees a little more. There should be a nice bend in the knees. Feel free to interlace those hands behind the low back, trying to stretch out through the upper back, the chest. The heels of the hands may press. Fall overhead to comfort. Relax the shoulders. Then release the hands. Maybe wrap them around the legs. Like you're giving yourself a hug. Interlace the hands if you can. And then round the back, kind of pull yourself in. Hollow out the belly. Separate those shoulder blades. And release. The right fingertips make their way to the mat. So it can be the fingertips, it can be the palm. If your hand doesn't reach here, you can let it extend through, like just the fingertip touching. But if that's uncomfortable for you, you can place it on the front part of the right leg. Find some weight in the palm if it's down. Shoulders over the wrist, belly tight. Keep your hips level, and on an inhale, that left arm will extend high. Belly's in. We're going to check our hips. So I want you to take that left palm and place it on your low back hip area. And then notice whether that right hip is down. So bend the right knee a little and you'll feel that right hip drop. Kind of straighten through the right leg a little bit. You'll feel them level out. So the shoulder pulls back, the gaze is up. Take a breath. And then release. Bring that left hand down. We place the right hand. So again, it can be the palm. It can be just the fingertips. It can be the tippy fingertip, or they can go on the front of the left leg. Find what works for you and maybe mirror the other side to keep it nice and balanced. Hips are level. Knees are kind of straight, but not hot. We're trying to roll that shoulder back, looking up. Take a breath. And then we'll do the hip check again. Palm is flat. It goes on the low back hip area. Bend your left knee. Feel how that left hip drops. Now start to straighten just a little bit. Keep the hips level. Extend through the spine. Gaze is up. Take that breath. And release. Bring those hands down. Big toes walk in. Heel toe. And the toes are touching. Now the heels are slightly separated. The separation distance in your heels will really depend on you. You want your feet flat and the arch is lifted, grounded through both feet. So for some people, they can actually bring your toes and heels together and feel grounded. For some people, the separation is slightly larger, but you want to find that spot where your feet are fully grounded. Take an inhale. As you exhale, fold into your legs, like you're giving yourself a hug. And inhale, half lift. Hands can come to the shins or the thighs, just not your knees. Legs are straight, thighs are firm, crown of the head forward, chin pulled in, belly tight. Feel the extension through the spine. So we're going to stay here for just a moment. A lot of times people round through their upper back here, and they don't really understand what extension through the spine is. So let's take a cat position, so round the back. So now the back is rounded here, the chin is tucked in. Start to flatten your back by pressing the crown of the head and sternum forward. Extend through the spine, pull the belly tight. Now the neck. Many times people drop their head down, gaze up like this. This is hyperextension of the neck. You don't really want to do that. You want to bring that chin in neutral position where you can feel the spine extend from the tailbone the whole way to the crown of the head. The back is flat, the shoulders are down, the belly is tight. Take a breath. This is your half lift position. Exhale, you can bend your knees here as you fold into the legs for that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands to the shin or thighs, back flat. Pull the shoulder blades down, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Again, one more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Round your feet. Inhale, rise. Arms will sweep up sideways. The palms press. The heart will lift. Stay here for a moment. Check out your shoulder blades. Are they up by your ears? Drop them down a moment. The tailbone is long. The belly is tight. The feet are grounded. You can feel the energy from the heel to the fingertips. Take that breath. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold. Try to lead with your heart as you keep your hips over your heels. Ground the feet. Inhale, rise again. The arms will sweep up. The palms press. The heart lifts. The shoulder blades drop down the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Flatten that back, belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Gaze can go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. So take your time here, find your dog. Make sure those palms are pressing, fingers are spread, index fingers forward. Feet rounded, heels down the best you can as you lift your hips. If you need to bend your knees a little, bend your knees a little. If you need to walk your feet in, walk your feet in. You should feel different than if we were in plank pose. You want the tailbone to point to the ceiling versus being in a push-up position, like the capital letter A. The belly is tight, the crown of the head is lowered, and you're breathing in and out through the nose. Take a breath. Being attacked by ants. Take an inhale, lift that right leg. And exhale, step it through. Bring that right foot to your right thumb. Go ahead and drop down to the knee for a low lunge position here. Taking our time, making sure that right foot is flat, the toe is forward, the knee directly over the heel. Keep the hands on the mat for this set. Press your left hip forward and away. Don't let that front knee pass the toe and lift the heart. The back toes are curled. And now I want you to take an inhale and extend through the back leg. The knee is still bent here. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop that heel. Sorry. Inhale, lift and extend the leg. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, drop. One more. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, drop. Hold it here. It should be nice and deep into that hip flexor. Lift that heart. Maybe the hands come to the thighs. Shoulders over the hips. You can always lift the hands up for that back bend. Make sure you're feeling this through that front side of that left leg. Take a breath. When the hands come down, they frame the foot. Now shift your hips back. Extend through the front leg a little for a half split for a moment. Come up onto the heel. Lift the chest, maybe drop the head. Take a breath. Adding a little movement here. So bring that foot back. Take an inhale, press into the knee, lift the heart. Exhale, extend through the leg, drop the crown of the head down. Inhale, bend the knee, lift that heart. Exhale, extend through the leg, drop the head. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the heart. Exhale, drop that head. Stay here, take a breath. Bending back into the knee. Walk that foot to the right side of the mat. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. The left hand is parallel to the right hand, about shoulder width. Lift that chest. Now really try to keep that right foot flat and the shoulder and knee nice and close. And then release. We'll bring that right leg back. Find tabletop. Curl the toes. Find down dog. Out a moment. Movement here. Some static stretches, not static stretches, fluid stretches here. Dynamic stretching. Both heels down, extend through the chest. A little preoccupied by all the ants around me. They seem to be staying off the mat pretty much, so let's hope that continues. Left leg lifts, take a breath. Step it through to that lower lunge. Dropping that back knee down. We have that 90-degree angle in the front foot. Left toe is forward directly over the heel. Fingertips stay down for now. Really press through that hip flexor. Keep those toes curled. Sorry, toes. Starting to take that movement. On an inhale, extend through the back leg, lifting the knee. Exhale, drop it down to that heart. Inhale, extend through the leg. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, drop it down. One more time, lift it, extend. Drop it down. You can stay here, just lifting the heart, or maybe drop the hands to the hips, shoulders over the hip, hands to the thigh, or you went overhead to the back side, try to mirror what you did on the other side. Take that breath. Then the hands come down, they frame the foot, the hips shift back, and right leg, left leg extends long up onto the heel for that half split position. Drop the head towards the shins. Taking a little movement, bring that left foot back so you can go flat. Inhale, press through the knee, lift through the heart. Exhale, extend the forehead. Inhale, bend and lift the chest. Exhale, extend up the forehead. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, extend through the leg, drop the forehead. Bend the knee. Bringing that that left hand to the inside of the left foot, walking that left foot to the edge of the mat. The left hand is beside the right foot. The right hand is parallel to that left foot, about shoulder apart. Please keep that left shoulder and knee closed as you lift the heart. Slowly shift the hips back, release the leg, tabletop, curl the toes, down dog, and we will paddle that out. Again for dynamic here. Got the name right this time. That's great. Relax the shoulders, the head, breathe. Let's go a little deeper now. So heels lift, drop, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it through. High on the back toes. Square your hips, drop them down. Make sure the knees directly over the heel. And on an inhale, rise up. Bringing your hands to your hips. Doing some biofeedback here a little bit. We're using our own body to determine whether we're in the right position or not. We really want those hips square to the front. In most cases, the right hip needs to shift back a little and the left hip a little bit more forward. Pull the belly in and up, lengthen the leg, tailbone long. When you feel like your body is in the right position, inhale, the arms come up. Drop your shoulder blades down. You can always leave them on your hips. Breathe. Holding this line position, and exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. So the back heel is going to spin flat. The hips will open to the left, and the shoulders will open to the left a little. Shoulders are still over the hips. When we place our hands on our shoulders, we slide them down. They should be directly over our hips. And then our arms extend straight out. Keep the right toe forward, right knee bent, pointing to the second big toe, equal weight on both feet. Thighs are firm, shoulders are down. And make sure the shoulders stay over the hips. Many times, people reach for the front of the room, and now my shoulder is past my hip. So you want to bring and you want to reach for the back of the room as much as you're reaching for the front of the room to keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. Belly tight, chin off the chest. Thighs are firm. Really engage the thighs and make sure the pinky side of that back foot is grounded. Breathe. Flip the front palm. Don't move your legs here, just your torso. Now, reach the arm forward, torso forward, shoulder past the wrist. Inhale and reverse the warrior. The back hand can slide the leg. The gaze is up. Take a little heart lift as your eyes follow those fingertips. Slowly return to warrior two. Keep that knee bent. Shoulders down. Again, check your shoulders. Are they directly over your hips or are you leaning forward? Pull the shoulders back. Breathe. And now circle your hands down. Step that right foot back to meet the left in high plank position. And we will move to side plank. So drop the right knee. Taking a modified here. Turn that right foot out behind you just like we did in the warm-up. Right hand on the mat, left arm extends, and we lengthen here. Now, if you want to take the full side plank, you can, but I'm working on form, so we're lifting the heart. Feel free to float the top leg there, that left leg. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and reach that arm back, bend the knee, try to grab the toes, into the hand. Breathe. Wherever you're at, re-extend the arm and the leg, drop the foot down, really feel the length in the body. Maybe round the back to look up. Slowly return back to tabletop. Curl your toes. Breath or two here. And then left leg will gaze forward, step forward. Left foot, left thumb. Take your time. Fingertips stay down as you set this up. Foot is flat. Knee is bent. Knee directly over the heel. High on the back toes. Square those hips. When you're ready, we rise up, bringing the hands to the hips. So again, we're checking this out. We want our hips square to the front. Chances are the left hip is more forward than the right. So pull that left hip back as you bring the right hip more forward. Tuck the pelvis under. Lengthen the back leg. Bend into the front knee. Make sure the toe and knee stay forward. Knee is not past the toe. Belly is in. You feel like you're in the right spot. Keep your hands here or inhale, rise up. Shoulders down. Breathe. As you exhale, we're finding warrior two. The back foot will spin flat. Hands come to the shoulders. Remember, shoulders over the hips. So make sure you see and feel with your body that you were in that right, correct position. The pinky side of that right foot is grounded down. So you're not rolling onto the inside. You're equal weight on all sides of both feet. The hips and shoulders are open to your right. The left toe is still forward. The left knee is still forward. And it's still at a 90-degree angle. A lot of times people start to straighten the leg a little. Try to keep that nice deep bend. Knee to the second big toe, but not past the toes. Thighs are firm and the arms extend straight out. Shoulders down. Thumb reaching forward, right arm reaching back. Again, are your shoulders over the hips or did you lean forward? Pull back. Reaching actively in both directions. Thighs are firm, belly is tight, chin is forward. Great. Sometimes I like to imagine is that I'm pressing my knees away from each other. It helps me engage my thighs. Now, without moving the legs, lift the front palm. Now reach your torso forward, shoulder past that hip, and reverse the warrior. The backhand slides down the leg. The toe and knee stay forward, the knee stays bent. The gaze follows those left fingertips as you lean back and spin. Slowly return the warrior. Shoulders down. Breathe. Thighs are firm. Circle your hands down. Bring that left foot back to meet the right. We start in plank. And then we bring the left knee down, just like we did in the warm-up. Turn the foot behind us. Extend that right leg out. Left hand is grounded in the right arm. And of course, if you did do full side plank here, you can mirror that. Lift the top leg. Maybe you reach back with the foot. Wherever you're at, extend through the arm and the leg, making sure that right foot is grounded and leaning back like that. Tabletop, toes, down, do a little balancing work today. Take a deep breath in, Gazing at the hands, step forward. Bring yourself into standing. Bringing those big toes to touch. Make whatever adjustments you need to your clothing and stuff so you can focus. And then get quiet. The feet are grounded so you have equal weight on both sides, all sides of both feet. You're not death gripping the mat, your toes are light. Maybe that big toe is grounding down a little. Thighs are firm. Belly is in and up, tailbone is low. Shoulders roll down the back, palms are forward. Crown of the head is lifted. Close your eyes. Take a moment here and really just get settled in this position. Try to ignore noises around you. Try to ignore thoughts. Just try to be connected to you. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. And begin to flutter your eyes. Working on our balance and alignment here today. Ground that left foot, and on an inhale, the right knee will lift. Now you're trying one day to get the knee in line with the hip. The heel directly under the knee with a hard flex in the foot. So if there was a mirror in front of you, you'd be able to see the ball of the foot in the mirror. And this is supposed. So we're going to work on that standing side, the left side. I want you to lift on the left side. Try not to dump into the hip and pelvis. Shoulders down the back, fingertips spread, crown of the head reaching for the heavens, and the belly is pulled in. Breathing. In and out through the nose. And then exhale, release. Bring your big toes to touch. Stand up nice and tall. You're struggling with balance. Try to find something that you can look at that's not moving. Maybe it's on the floor or a wall or something in front of you. Shift the weight to that right leg. And on an inhale, the left knee will lift. So again, our target is knee in line with the hip. Heel directly under the knee with a hard flex in the foot. Shoulders roll down the back, belly pulls in and out. And we're standing tall on the right side. So we're not dumping down. We're lifting and extending. Lifting the sternum, creating space between the hip and the waist. You're as tall as you can be on the right side. You're not death gripping your mat with your toes. And you're breathing in and out through the nose. You're actively engaged through your arms just like you are through the rest of your body. So the fingertips reaching down. Inhale. Separate your feet slightly. Place your hands at your low back and take whatever movement you like here. I like to shift my hips, maybe take a little back bend. Whatever feels good to that low back here. And then bringing the big toes back to touch. And standing nice and tall. Placing the left hand on your left hip. On an inhale, the right knee will lift. We'll start by placing the right hand on the outside of the right shin calf area. Lifting the knee a little bit in here, hugging it in a little, flexing the foot, flaring the toes, and standing tall. Breathing. We're Staying with that basic movement to work on our form and foundation. Because we want to keep our hips level. So slide the right hand to the inside of the right thigh. Now open the leg to the right. Try not to stack those hips. Keep them level, like you're tucking that right hip low down and under. If you would like to challenge your balance, the left arm can come out to the left. You can even gaze to the left if you would like. Take a breath. And then slowly come back in and release. Toes touch. Right hand on the right hip. And on an inhale, the left knee will lift. And this time, the left hand comes to that shin area outside of the leg. Knee is bent, foot is flexed. Lift the knee a little bit. Stand tall with that breath. Again, check out those hips. Don't let that left hip come up and pull it down and under. So they're nice and level in your breathing. Begin to move that left hand to the inside of the left leg. As you inhale, we're going to open that knee to the left. So again, we're tucking the hips low down and under. We're not stacking the hips. If you challenged your balance, the right arm can come out. Chest will lift. Maybe gaze to the right. And then slowly release. Take another movement to the back, unorthodox. Just separate the feet. Shift out the hips. Our big toes will come back to touch. Excuse me. Then we're going to take our basic move, working on the foundation here. I'll actually turn this way for this one so you can see maybe a little better. So touching right elbow at the right facing upward. Drop the hand down so the palm stays facing the right side of the room. Without moving your hand, bend the right knee and reach for the inside of your foot or ankle. You want an external rotation in the shoulder. When you're kicking at some point, the shoulder has room to go. So external rotation is the best. Also check out your eye of your elbow. It should be pointed to the right. If your elbow is pointed to the right, your hand is like this and it's twisted. So you want to make sure you have extension, full extension through the right arm. Bring your knees together. Flex the right foot, and if you can, extend the left arm up. Lift, lengthen, and extend on the left side. You're as tall as you can be. Belly in and up, tailbone long, chest is lifted. Relax your knees, relax your jaw. Breathe in and out through the nose. Drop your hand. Don't change the arm. Just drop the hand back so the palm is still facing the left side of your face. Don't move this arm. Notice how the eye of your elbow is facing the left side. Now bend your left knee and simply grab the inside of the foot or the ankle. Bring your knees back together. Flex your foot. And on the inhale, right elbow will extend. Now I want you to reach on the right side. Create space through the weight. Drop the right shoulder blade down. Pull the belly in and up. Tailbone long. Chin is off the chest. 7 minutes breath in. You're feeling the energy move from the heel to the fingertips. Breathe in. Stepping to the back of your mat, doing warrior 3 here. And on that balance, inhale, the arms come up. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger and cross your thumb. Take a small step forward on the right. Shift your weight to your right leg, lifting the left toes off the mat. You will start to hinge forward, trying to keep your chest parallel to the floor as you lift the leg. Pull the belly in, shoulders down. Now, simply bring your hands to the mat. Maybe bend the knees. I want you to try to check out your hips. Sometimes people really rotate that leg, the back leg, the hip up. Square, you can open your arms again and reach. For 3, 2, and 1. Stand up and step back. Checking our alignment is so important. Take an inhale, lift, step left foot forward, and exhale, shift the hips, shift the weight, lift those right toes. So as we start the hands, we want to keep that right hip down. Get where you can go, and then bring the hands down and check out your right hip. Is it lifted? Rotate your right hip down so it's square to your mat. You can either stay here, or if you feel like you have your balance, you can extend the arms forward. Breathing. 3, 2, 1. Turn. Inhale, lift your heart. Back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and slide all the way down to child's pose. Please bring your big toes to touch. Knees open nice and wide. Sit your hips back towards your heels. And then walk your hands up. Breathing in and out through the nose. Slow, deep, rich, full breath. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Slowly rise up. Do a little bit of abs before we do our back. Come up into tabletop. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Down dog. Lift the right leg, point the toes. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, round the back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Leg down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Coming down on our knees, onto the belly. And the hands to the chest, chin forward. Big toes touch, tops of the feet are grounded and the thighs are firm. So I want you to relax your legs here for a moment. Let them roll, just drop down. Now, engage your thighs. Round the tops of the feet. Notice the difference here in the legs. That's the way I want it to be. Tops of the feet down, thighs firm. Hands at the low chest here, palms down. Take an inhale and simply just lift the chest off the mat. Shoulders press down the leg, crown of the head is forward, belly tight. Breathing. and slowly release. Look to the right. Drop your left ear to the mat. Arms by your side. Bring the chin back to center and open up your feet the width of your mat. So again, tops of the feet down. Hands come to the lower rib cage, elbows in. Starting the same way we did, I want you to relax your legs completely down. Now, ground the tops of the feet as you firm your thighs and extend through those legs. The belly is tight. Elbows in. Don't let the elbows flare out. Pull them in nice and tight, shoulders down. And on an inhale, stretch and lift the chest. The pelvis stays down. This is cobra. The elbows have a micro bend in them. This is the way a cobra looks when it is ready to strike. The shoulders are down and back. The elbows are in. Relax the glute, but engage your thigh. Slowly lower down and look to the left. Bring your right ear to the mat. Arms by your side. Back to center. Arms are by your side this time. Palms are down. Big toes are touching. Thighs are firm. Shoulder blades down, belly tight. On inhale, lift and fly those toes. Shoulders down, belly in. Toes touching. Crown of the head is forward. Firmness in the thighs. Breathe. And then slowly release as you press back to child's pose. Flipping over onto your back. You do bridge pose. A couple of variations of bridge pose today. Go ahead and come to the back. Bring the heels as close to your hips as you can get them. And ideally your toes are forward, but sometimes people will struggle to get into this position with toes forward and they flare their toes out, which is fine. Get up the way you need to get up, but once you're up there, try to bring those toes back again so they are forward and the knees are forward. So this is the position you want to be in once you're lifted the hips. If it's struggling to lift the hips and you flare your toes out, fine. Then pull them back in. We'll start with the arms by the side. Round the feet, firm the thighs, shoulders under. On an inhale, lift your hips. Now this is your basic bridge pose. You're pressing the pelvis towards the heavens. Release your glutes, firm your thighs, round your feet. So again, make sure the toes and knees are forward. Often people have a tendency to let their toes flare to the side and the knees to flare out. I really want you to engage those inner thighs. Keep the feet grounded. Don't rotate on the outside of the feet. Thighs are firm, glutes are down, chin is off the chest. Breathe. And then slowly lower down. Now feel free to repeat that same motion if that is what you would like. If you'd like to go a little deeper this time, we'll take the right leg and cross it over the left, making the number 4 with those legs. Take an inhale and lift the pelvis. Again, make sure that left foot stays grounded. Toe and knee are forward. Hips are lifted. Belly is tight, and you're breathing. Slowly release. If you did this, we have to switch sides. Place the left foot down. Cross that right leg over. Again, making that number 4. Shoulders down. Foot is grounded. Inhale, lift the hips. Belly tight, thighs firm. Check out your right foot. Is it flat, planted, with the toe and knee forward, or did you flare out? Take the breath. And slowly release. Flat, shoulders down. You may either repeat one of those, continue with that, or we'll extend the right leg high. Ground the left foot, lift the hips, pressing the heel to the heaven, thigh is firm. Breathe. Slowly release. Right foot comes down. Left foot extends high if you're doing this, or whatever you're doing, keep it going. Inhale, lift the hips, thighs firm. Right foot is grounded. Breathe. And slowly release. Bring your knees in. Maybe roll side to side here a moment. Extend the heels forward, arms by the side. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly lower those hips. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Double exhale, sit up, reach for your toes. Let's come around top of the mat. I'm going to try to stay in the shade here just as much as I can. Part of my body anyway. We're going to do reclined hero pose. Now the knees are touching and the feet are wide and you sit your hips between your heels. This can be really taxing on the knees. So if this is struggling for you, lift your hips and sit back on the heels instead. And if it's still really difficult for your knees and you don't have a block to sit under your hips, maybe you should just take a break. So choose the option that is best for your body. Now our knees are on the ground at this point. So if at any point when you're reclining back, your knees start to pop off the ground, I want you to stop. Try to use your knees as an indicator for how far back you can go. Using the hands, you can recline back. The elbows, maybe the shoulders, maybe the head, maybe the arms extend overhead. Relax to the top of your body. Feel the nice deep stretch. I find this position very comfortable and very relaxing for myself. When I'm in my own practice, I prefer to linger here probably longer than the teachers do. And you may feel free to do that too anytime during the practice. You find a position that just speaks to your body. You stay there. Ready, you slowly come up, especially if you're in the whole way back. Kind of roll your shoulders underneath you to get your elbows down. And then use the elbow, the hand, whatever you need to bring yourself up nice and slow. Take frog pose. Now this can be a very intense stretch in your hips. So, and I really want you to respect your body on this. Start in tabletop position. I'm going long ways on my mat just so you can see it a little bit better. So my hands are basically at the one edge of the mat, my knees are at the other. Hips directly over the knees. Open your knees, just sort of let them slide out a little bit. Now at this point, your toes are probably towards each other. That's the opposite of frog pose. So once you get your knees out, I want you to roll yourself forward just a little bit so you can flare the feet out wider than your knees. So staying here, don't move yet. Glance over your right shoulder. Can you see your right toes? Glance over your left shoulder. Can you see your left toes? You can. You're probably in your right position. Now, for some of you, your body might already be saying, oh my goodness, this is enough. Please honor that. Stay here. If you would like to drop to the forearms, you can drop to the forearms. From here, you gently, and I mean gently, press the hips back. It may only be a quarter of an inch. If you can go really far back, your feet are probably not in the right spot. It's a really slight movement till you feel your inner thighs engage. Relax your shoulders. Keep the crown of the head forward. And this is a good spot to check the neck. Is your head hanging down? Are you looking up? Try to find that neutral spine position where the tailbone to the crown of the head is one straight line. Bringing the toes together. Using the hand, bringing yourself up. Come into the back of your mat, half tortoise. Bring your big toes to touch, knees to touch, and sit on your heels here. Inhale the arms up. Press the palms, cross your thumb, and exhale. Now you are trying one day to get the forehead to touch the mat first. Now if you were watching me at all, you would have noticed that I am unable to do that. Quite challenging, so we always are working on making the best out of the pose for us. Pull your shoulder blades down. Extend through the elbows. The only parts of your body touching the mat are your forehead or maybe the tip of your nose and maybe your pinky fingers. Shoulders are down, arms are extended, pull the belly tight, press the hips back, really feel the extension to the spine. On an inhale, one straight line, try to rise up. Release the hands, come up onto the knees for camel pose. Separate your knees about hips width distance. Place your hands at your low back. If you're at all dizzy, please skip this pose. Eyes open, lift the chest, lift the sternum, the tailbone is open. And you want to keep the hips moving over the hips moving over the heels. Don't let those hips drop back. You can reach for your heels if that's in your practice. Lifting through the upper back, pressing the chest to the heavens, the hips forward, tailbone long. Take a breath. Eyes open, rise up. Now start to sit back as you bring your knees together. Sit back to the heels. Reach back for your heels. We're going in to rabbit. Start to tuck the chin in as you round forward, bringing the forehead to the knees. Pull on the heels and lift the hips. Now elbows stay in, shoulder blades back, round through the top. So the shoulders are separating. Hollow out the belly. And And slowly sit back, rising up. Bring the hands to the heart space. Maybe close your eyes. Settle here for a moment. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Eyes open. Begin to bring the legs around front. Start by extending the right leg long and the sole of the left leg anywhere on the inside. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Hips are level and square. Inhale the arms up and exhale forward. Relax the head. Tuck the chin in. Pull the belly tight. Slowly rise. Switch out our legs. Left leg long. Sole of the right leg in. Hips are level. They're square to that mat. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Try to keep the shoulders level. Relax the right shoulder. Relax the head. Hollow out the belly. Breathe. Slowly rise. Bring the soles of the feet together. Dive in shape with your legs. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Now try to do a flat back. Try to look at yourself. If there's a mirror or something in front of you, try to look at the edge of the mat. Otherwise, relax the shoulders down. Relax the head. Slowly come up and extend the legs long. Toes pointing to the heavens. Hips are square to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Slowly rise. Laying back on your mat. Bring your knees in. Start to move side to side. And place your feet flat on the mat, the width of the mat, knees pointed up, arms are up overhead or in cactus arms. And start windshield wipering those knees back and forth. Nice and easy. Couple times to each side. When your knees get to the right side, let them hang out there for a moment as you look to the left. Now windshield wiper a couple more times. When your knees get to the left, let them hang out there as you look. Now windshield wiper a couple more times. And then simply extend the legs out beneath you. Open those legs up, open the arms up. Roll your shoulders down the back. Maybe you like to do them singly. Maybe it's the right and then the left. I like to do both at the same time. Whatever it is, pull the shoulder blades down so the chest will lift. The chin is off the chest. The eyes are closed. The tongue is off the roof of the mouth. In and out through the mouth. moment, make any adjustments you need to so that you can get perfectly still. And try not to think, try not to fidget, try not to miss it. Take one more deep breath in. Sigh it out. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. It is truly my honor and privilege to guide your class. The light in me honors the light in you. Please begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe extend through the arms and legs like you're taking a nice big stretch. And roll to the right side using the bicep as a pillow. When you're ready, begin to come to that seated position. Comfortable position, legs crossed. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more time, deep breath in. Palms pressed, float into the heart space. Namaste. As always, I enjoy working out with you, and I hope you enjoy your yoga practice with me as well. Be safe, be well, and take care.